Back to Chelmsford. Another stolen watch. This one had nothing to do with me. It's funny, isn't it? When you start to think of something, have a million similar things start rolling in your head. A Rolex watch. All intents and purposes, it was real. No one ever accused it of being real. Fake, I should say. I'll start that again. He said it was real. Everyone believed it was real. No one ever accused it of being fake, so it was real. YO wing, C wing, Chelmsford. So we're talking 2004. This guy, I was in jail on remand for armed robbery, 3 armed robberies, 6 armed robberies actually. I eventually went away for 3, had another 3 left on file, got 6 years. He was doing 12 years for manslaughter. Making no judgment either way about that. But that's what he was in jail for. He always wore this Rolex watch. He never hid it. He walked around the wing with it. You know, wore it on the proper wrist, left. I've had arguments with people about that when they're wearing it on the right wrist. No disrespect to anyone that does, but I was always brought up to wear it on the left. There's reasons for that. So I'm not going into one here, Jesus. But yeah. He wore it on the left wrist, which made him alright in my book, god damn it. Like I said, yeah, he never tried to hide it. It wasn't a big YO. It wasn't a big geezer. We're talking like him being 18, 19, same age as me. He wasn't older. He was skinny. Nothing really about him. Wasn't stocky or anything like that. Wasn't known for knocking people out on the wing. He was a tiny little funny fella. One of those sort of people that he had a lot of mates as well. I'm not saying he was a loner. There was a lot of kids there from his ends as well. They all look out for each other, don't they? I genuinely think I was banged up with him for a bit, because I remember that when the tsunami happened in 2005 Boxing Day, 2004 2005 Boxing Day, I was on this wing. I'm sure I was banged up with him because we was talking about it in the cell. Either that or we were shouting about it from cell to cell. We was close. He was either next door or banged up together. I remember definitely talking to him, literally watching it on the news and talking to him. I can't remember if he was next door, talking to it through the cell doors to each other, or banged up together. Either way, he was actually alright. We went to Aylesbury together. We got shipped to Aylesbury at the same time. Got to be doing over 4 years to go to Aylesbury. A YO prison again, doing over 4 years. He was doing 12, I was doing 6. Guess where we went? Aylesbury. Yeah, we went on the same wing in Aylesbury for a bit until I went to Stockton, I think. When I was on enhanced in Aylesbury, I used to let him get all this, like, because when you're on enhanced, you can get used to be able, I don't know how it is anymore, but you used to be able to get stuff sent to you. Yeah, you wouldn't have to buy it off the prison. You could get stuff sent. God, that was hard to say. Trainers, CDs, things like that. So I let him get a pair of trainers sent to me and a couple of CDs. And I kept one. He let me keep it. Didn't nick it or anything. He let me keep it. Saigon, I think it was the one he let me keep. Big album. Yeah, so he's good stuff. You know what I mean? He was alright. I actually remember when I done a story ages ago now about getting on the roof in Aylesbury. I remember fully when I was on the roof talking to him, like from whatever cell he was in, whatever wing he was on, 100 miles away, within the jail. But I'm on the roof round about where the canteen bit was, yeah, where F-wing was. I was on that part of the roof, and say C wing or whatever wing he was on, was shouting. She's go, what are you on there for? I'm like telling him, I want a helicopter, I want out of here. Like, right, I'm just waffling, but it's winding him up, isn't it? He's getting him going. He's telling all the people, I want a helicopter. What's your demands? I want a helicopter, McDonald's, TV cameras. That's what I was saying. I remember the conversation I was having with him. Yeah, we'll go back to Chelmsford. He used to let his boys wear this watch on a visit. I thought he was mad. More than one mate as well. Like, he must have had a lot of close pals letting them all wear this Rolex. All on visits and things like that, right? One of these pals that he was always talking to, always with, asked him if he could wear it to go court, innit? And he didn't want to let him. I could tell he didn't want to let him. Me and this kid with the watch, we're on, done it with the right hand. Me and this kid with the watch. No, that didn't look like a watch. We're on the ones, yeah, on C wing. The boy that's asking to borrow the watch is not on the ones. I forgot if he was on the twos or the threes, yeah. But he's come down for dinner or whatever. He's chatting to him. Then we brought it to court so I can go court in the morning. Mate, he did not want to give him this thing. You could tell he didn't, but he did. Yeah, there's one thing, letting your pals, I suppose, go on. I wouldn't even let them. Pal might let him go on a visit in a Rolex watch. If he genuinely lost it, if he genuinely lost it, we'd end up fighting over it. It's a Rolex, isn't it? How dare you lose it? You know what I mean? Even if it was an accident, you'd fall out over it. He let this geezer take it to court for the morning, so he gave it to him. Took it off his left wrist, took it off, give it to him. Next night, I bet that day dragged for him as well. I bet that day dragged for him, the longest day of his life. Because the thing is as well, you go to court, there's no guarantee you're coming back. Jail could be on lockdown. Like, you could be full up. Could get full up. They're not going to hold that cell for you, what may. I mean, there's going to come a point where there's going to be that many people that are going to go put it in that empty cell over there, close the doors, send that bus to Norwich, send it to Belmarsh. You know what I mean? That's how I ended up in jails. That's how I ended up in Highdown. I spoke about. Was it? Not Highdown. One on the Isle of Sheppey. I'm not even going to waste my time thinking about it. But that jail. Yeah. Jeez, mate, you come back that day. Well, you didn't even see him that night. He didn't even come to the cell that night. See him the next day. Didn't come down, didn't call him, didn't send him anything, yeah. Mate, he was calling him that night. Blah, blah, you back. He just didn't answer. He's probably sitting in the cell, just didn't answer. Come down in the morning, said he didn't get back there till late, whatever. And lo and behold, the screws at the jail, and this could have been true. Because you're not meant to have things that are not in your prop and stuff like that, so it could have been true. But the screws at the court, whatever court he went to, you're not allowed to wear that. Took it off him. That's it. Just took it off him. The Rolex watch. He let him take it. I don't know what the procedure is, but obviously they didn't do it because they kept it. But it was one of them ones. He was stupid with it. He trusted way too many people with it. It was gonna happen eventually. Trusted way too many people with it. Letting them go on visits, letting this geezer go court with it. There was going to come a point where someone was just going to put it in their pocket and say you ain't getting it back, because he wasn't the highest kid on the wing. Like I said, he was one of the funny ones that probably got away with a lot because he was funny and everyone liked him, and he did have a lot of mates, but they're not all your close mates. And even people would, like, you know, I've done it where you go into a jail and you see someone that you barely knew when you was at school and you're automatically best mates. Guarantee you some of these so-called best mates of his were like that. Kids he knew from the area, and all latched onto each other. And you're really good mates until someone's got a Rolex watch on, ain't you? So, yeah, if you enjoyed that, hit subscribe and we'll chat later on. Adios.